Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Wasted. I'm Jade Starr, joined as always by my friend who bravely gets wasted in ways no man has gotten wasted before, Olish.
Yeah, I'm on the USS Glacier now.
You didn't name it a bigger, blacker desktop?
No, we went with the boat theme.
Oh, okay. So last time, we got this map, and it actually kind of shows you a little bit of the world and what they've mapped out and where things are. And
That's not the world, it's just California.
I mean, it's the world as far as anybody here knows because of the rad wall.
I was just joking that California doesn't always think that the rest of the world exists.
I mean...
Move on.
And, I mean, you're not wrong. The rest of the world does kind of suck in comparison.
Oh, I wish I had your weather.
Yeah. Although, apparently, we had, once-in-a-century monsoon last week.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, except once in a century, yeah, if we had last century's ecosystems. Climate change.
There's a map.
Yeah.
It points us at a place.
Yes. I think we could have gotten either the map or the turbo mod modem, and one or the other was sufficient. But,
yeah.
I didn't feel like skipping content.
Yeah, why not do both?
Yeah. Or as I am for today, since this is a very long video, by the way, if anyone hasn't looked at the time, be prepared to make some drinks. But also, hey, remember we talked Big Boss into recruiting from the Oni? So now they're here, and they sell Fragalongs.
I don't remember these.
Fragalongs?
Yeah. I mean, I know what they're riffing, but...
Oh, do you?
I don't remember actually... Tagalongs.
Okay.
The Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, okay. We've encountered them in the, I still haven't figured out what Eldon does. We've encountered Fragalongs before. They make mutants friendly for 30 seconds. I've found a few, or maybe even one.
You
They're
need to
not
take a chill pill.
big deal.
No.
Right, I was saying, I'm gonna go check on Buddy, now that we've done all this.
Real dog-eat-dog world
But
out
I don't
there.
think he has anything new to
Prefer
say.
Stay inside. Return to me once you've finished your task, and we'll continue on from there.
Wait,
Yeah.
but what task is he talking about?
Well, we gotta go to Cooler 5 and meet the head Skelly.
Oh, right, yeah.
But before that, we're definitely gonna need some drinks. In fact, I have 3 on my desk right now. 3 different drinks. I made myself a Tom Collins, a Bee's Knees, and a Paloma.
I only went with 2.
Yeah.
I went with the 7 and 7, and I have backup beers.
The 777?
Yeah.
It's where you add triple sec to it.
No, no, I don't have any triple 7.
What can I get?
I do.
Wait, what'll it be today?
I also have a backup 7 and 7.
Your mixer?
Just
Good
pocket
so
7s.
far? How do you want that prepared?
I saw the link of this video.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Here you go. All right, here you go. Bottoms up.
First, if you want to be decorative, you need to rim your glass. We're rimming our glass with cinnamon sugar. Obviously, there's no cinnamon sugar here. I can't be bothered to waste it. When you do it, you take your glass, dip it in water, just about, I don't know, half an inch or so. Get a little container, fill it just about half an inch or so with cinnamon sugar. You'll know if you need more. Take it, spin it around. There, glass is filled. Instead of water, you can also use a lemon, lime, or whatever, and just sort of squeegee it around the rim of the glass. Add ice. Then for there, already got it poured. 1 shot of vanilla vodka. Like again before, if you don't have vanilla vodka, you can use regular vodka and a splash of vanilla. Add more vanilla to taste, but don't go crazy. Next, half a shot to 1 shot of Fireball cinnamon whiskey or cinnamon schnapps, depending on your taste. I'm going to go with half a shot because Fireball is kind of a lot. From there, top with apple cider. In the US, that's just unfiltered apple juice. Store-bought apple juice is frequently also mixed with pear juice, and you can use it, but it's not going to taste quite the same. Bring it up to about 8 ounces. It should be 5 ounces of apple juice or apple cider. Give it a quick stir. And there's your apple pie.
Here is how to make an alcoholic toddler. 1 shot of spiced rum over ice, apple juice, and a dusting of cinnamon. Enjoy.
Cool video or drink you made there, Polish, which I've totally previewed and remember what it is at the time of this recording.
I want to comment, but I'm not sure if you put one or both videos.
Well, I remember the short one at least.
Well, neither one of them was very long.
Yeah, but one of them was like 30 seconds and one of them was 2 minutes.
Okay, fair.
By the way, Bucha, you got to make drinks faster. I edited the shit out of your video.
Calling out in the last episode of the LP.
Yeah, fuck 'em. Put out more Sunk Cost Galaxy.
I think you're a few years too late. You gotta let that one go.
Nah.
Just like Star Citizen.
I don't have to let go. Not until that project, like the real thing, is gone and buried. So, Cooler 5. It's been a while because I suck at updating. This is the Skelly's Cooler. Previously unknown where it was, and the theme of this is that all of the Skellies were kind of like sleeper agents inside other gangs. So you get people from every kind of gang here, and none of them know who is who, because secrecy and all of that. So even the Skellies are fighting other Skellies.
It's a giant clusterfuck.
Yes.
Much
like Star Citizen.
That they don't have to model another faction.
I don't think making another organization would have been too hard.
No, it's not like the art is really as intensive.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't discount how difficult it is to come up with a consistent theming.
I mean, they could just be literal skeletons.
See, that'd be the funniest part.
Or,
And they can attack you using their telepathy.
God, you really are still on that, aren't you?
I really like that.
I like this, their art for these skeleton army banners. I feel like you'd see that, like, painted on the sides of ships in, like, not Freelancer, that other thing that it was, the Rebel Galaxy. There it is.
Yeah.
All that rolling for nothing. Or, you watched Taskmaster with me, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've watched a whole bunch. I've actually watched a bunch of Taskmaster that you haven't.
Right. Do you remember Noel Fielding?
The name sounds really familiar. If you mention the task, I'll probably remember it.
He hit himself as a banana green screened on a bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember how he had the yellow jumpsuit with the skeleton front? Yeah. You know, that could just be the skeletons. The new Skellies could just be, you know, guys wearing jumpsuits with skeletons on them, like Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
He's the one that made the exotic dance sandwich. Yeah. I think those are
That's
the
what we
two
should do
favorites.
when we inevitably run out of MXC. Is just start watching the current season of Taskmaster.
By the way, guys,
Because I watched the first few episodes and it was really good.
Yeah. Floor boot. People out there want to watch an MXC, come find my stream. We tend to watch a Running Man and then an MXC if I'm not like too lazy or depressed or incapacitated or start streaming at 5 in the morning. You know?
Like you do.
Yeah. So my old bottle of simple syrup had something floating in it, and I was not happy with that.
Just plain or simple syrup.
That was from that bottle.
Oh.
I had to make honey syrup before recording.
I mean, making simple syrup is easy.
Yeah, you know what's
You are
easier?
capable of boiling water. Buying stuff.
Buying stuff. I mean, I had to go get more lemon juice, grapefruit juice. What else did I get? There was 3 things I bought, and I've already. It was the simple syrup thing.
We just ended up restocking all the basics. Rum, vodka, whiskey, even more whiskey.
At no point actual food.
Well, no, the groceries separate. You can't buy liquor at the same place you buy groceries in Tennessee.
Ugh.
Yeah, it really pissed me off. It was the same thing when we were living in Kentucky as well.
Well, yeah.
Liquor is only dedicated to liquor stores.
Target acquired.
It really annoys me because when I go out, I generally like to go out to a single destination. I like making multiple trips.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do it if I have to, but it just annoys me. Also, because I downgraded to a smaller car and sold my other one. There's a limit to the amount of trunk space I have.
What about back seat space?
I mean, I got back seat space, but I don't want to put bottles in there.
Oh, root beer. That was the other thing I bought today. Of course.
Well, of course.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, look, it's the early FYID message board system.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fine day.
It's definitely still exists.
Enemy
Yeah.
fine
Yeah.
day to die.
I mean, they tried to kill it, but it ended up
Oh, that's right. It's kind of this
infecting the
quarantine
rest of
zone.
the world.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Really, they should just kill it and commit to killing it, and also just ban everybody who posts there a lot.
So these guys.
I'm sure I've made like 200 forum enemies just by saying that.
I don't know. I wonder what the crossover would be from FIED posters to people watching my LPs.
I would hope not very much.
I would. Let me tell you, I look at my YouTube metrics. I'm sure it's not much.
Ah.
Yeah. Ah, yes, the potato masher. Shoot, I don't think I actually ever made that. Joke is that I don't
Buy
think very
7
many
Up.
use.
Well, I mean, you could update your LP more frequently.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I could. I could also actually play, like, AAA games that have a bunch of hype and then do it as soon as they come out and then suck at it like everybody else.
No, you don't have to do that.
Oh.
The biggest thing is just coming up with a schedule and sticking to it.
Dude, I can barely sleep. You think I can make a schedule I'm gonna stick to?
I mean, that's part of why you can't sleep, is you don't have a schedule.
Only dead people are skellies.
Well, welcome back to the therapy intervention.
I'm not even sure what this is saying.
I got most of it. New to Skeleton Army was a group of people from a long time ago. And that's about where I sort of stopped being able to comprehend.
Right. Floor booze. Drink! I always wondered if it was an NSA joke. Oh, this is what I needed for a long run. Look, let me tell you, when I drank that, I thought, you know what? Fuck my schedule. I'm only going 3 floors.
Yeah.
And then I ended up putting up with it. Fuck Crosshair Unseen.
I mean, I played Doom as a kid. I don't know how to do without a crosshair.
Oh, jeez.
Quadrilateral.
Okay, that was not the one I was expecting.
No, that's how it goes, right? It's definitely quadrilateral.
I completely skipped over what the 3 was. Was it threesome?
Yes.
2 for threesome and quadrilateral.
Yes. There's another one, but I don't know if I've gotten it while I've been recording. Because we're gonna leave it at this, but I have done a few runs off of camera, and the effects of which have been visible to the keen of eye. I believe I showed all this shit in progress.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught the full product of it before we got into the cooler. But it's there. Somebody's gonna go back and look for it.
It's just an utterly massive pile of potatoes.
Oh my god, I could so do that too, the fucking farm. Oh man, I should've.
Really, we all know why the reason why this video was delayed. Was the semi-annual return to Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, semi-annual.
Yeah, like twice a year.
I mean, the semi-annual return to Darkest Dungeon is triggered by something else, though. Oh,
What do you mean, okay?
it's depression.
I was gonna say winter.
I mean, that's synonymous. Same thing. May actually get Darkest Dungeon too, and see what that's like after this one.
Yeah. I mean, what's worse that could happen? Is that it's not Darkest Dungeon 1 and also not a game that you enjoy.
Wow, thanks for like laying out my fears so openly.
Yeah, but by laying it out so openly, I'd like to have illustrated how approachable those fears are. It's not like you're bungee jumping or going to go stay at a hotel, like a haunted hotel in Japan.
The haunted labyrinth of mega fear, or the super scary labyrinth of fear. Yeah, there. I mean, I don't know. That sounds pretty rad because then maybe I'd feel something. Floor booze. Drink. Sorry, is that too dark? Hey, look, I got perforator. There's more. Man, there's so much booze in this place. Floor booze. Drink.
I just feel bad. I'm trying to anger you by posting all the delicious food that we make.
Oh, in the punishment zone that I never check?
Yeah. Well, presumably you never check it because all it is just posting delicious food at you. Like, the last one is we did tteokbokki, but with octopus.
Ugh. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Octopus is not my favorite.
Oh, it was super tender.
I mean, I feel like you posting food at me it has the same, like, underlying flaws as a strip club. Here's something
I know where you're going with that.
Here's something that you enjoy. By the way, you can't actually have it.
I just... Yeah. The problem is that, like, if I were still living in Michigan, it'd absolutely be like, hey, come over and hang out for a week.
Drink.
I cannot, in good conscience, encourage anybody to come to Tennessee for any reason.
I was going to say, fuck Michigan, it's probably cold there, but I visited Guava in Edmonton in February, March.
You went to fucking Iceland.
In the summer!
Yeah.
You know what Iceland has in the summer? 20 hours of daylight.
It
keeps
you know
things
what Michigan
kind of
doesn't
warm.
have in the summer?
Daylight?
I was going to say snow, but I mean, they do have daylight in the summer, much like anyone else. Detroit is fine. But I don't live there anymore.
Yeah. You have successfully escaped from Detroit, become human.
It's not Ohio.
Wait, that works extra well for you. Hold on. Somebody, I need a Photoshop of Detroit become human, but instead of like Marcus, it's a snowman. Trying to become human. You're welcome for the eventual art. Thank you, Thread, too, by the way, for giving that gift to Olish.
Yes, gift. I think that might be too specific for an AI art type.
Man, you remember the last time I asked to draw something about a snowman? That's for sure.
I remember a lot of things that it turned out when you asked it to draw a snowman doing stuff. Should have a root beer for spacers. Like something or a palate cleanser between drinks. Oh, I mean that's why all my 7 and 7 are singles.
Yeah.
One, I only have a finite amount of 7-Up. Because I forgot to get some grocery shopping.
Right.
And 2, this is an hour-long video.
Yeah.
We don't want shit to get that weird.
Yeah, I think the last time I got a little bit loud and I told the entire country of Georgia to go fuck itself. My apologies, entire country of Georgia.
I mean, we can't play Wise Wizard over the internet. It just doesn't work.
Wise Wizard?
Are you not familiar with Wise Wizard?
No?
Okay. If I recall, you're not really a fan of beer in general.
Correct.
Okay, so the way Wise Wizard works is you're at a party.
Yeah. You've already
Left
lost
hand.
me, so,
Your left hand has a can of beer.
Okay.
Only cans work for reasons which will become apparent very quickly.
Okay.
Your can of beer is taped to your hand.
Okay.
Once you have finished that beer,
Uh-huh.
you're allowed to get another can of beer, which is taped to your can of beer.
Does this just escalate?
As you continue drinking beers,
Yeah.
the staff in your hand gets longer.
Oh, taped vertically.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Optionally, you can engage in a wizard duel,
Okay.
where you strike your wizard staff against somebody else's wizard staff until one of them breaks.
Okay.
Whichever wizard loses their staff, their staff becomes part of the winner's staff. The winner is, at the end of the evening, whoever has the largest staff.
I mean, I feel like that's just a general rule for parties, you know. But maybe that's more euphemistic.
Yeah.
Why left-hand, though?
Most people are right-handed and need the right hand in order to interact with the world around them without being silly.
Okay.
It'd be funnier if you did it the other way around. Just making everybody use their offhand for shit.
I mean, I don't know if I would trust, like, my tower of beer cans to my left.
Well, every time you add a can to it, you tape it in place.
Still, I don't know.
Doorways become challenging.
Man, I've had friends where doorways were challenging sober.
My best friend in high school had an inner ear problem. He was like that. His nickname was Drunken Man.
Right, yeah, inner ear disability or disabled or whatever the fuck makes it look like that. Yeah.
But he actually managed to overcome that through a combination of just our school had like a 6-square court. It's like 4 square, but there's 2 more squares, and also with a little bit more violence.
Okay, I pretty much understood what a 6-square court was going to be, having been a child and played 4 square. You weren't going to lose me like it suddenly became a hexagon of squares somehow.
Right, but it was important to add the more violence, because one of the things in my school's version of 6-square was the rule was if the ball struck you, you were out.
Ah, so it became
this was-
6-square and dodgeball.
Kind of. You still had to, like, it had to be a legal hit, so it had to bounce in your square first before you could touch it. And one of the fun things about the unique geometry of it had to do with the positioning of walls in and around the area. Like, there was a smokestack that was circular and rounded and thus bounced unpredictably.
In the squares?
Adjacent to the squares. The school was like U-shaped, more or less. So there was a courtyard. It was actually square-shaped, but the courtyard didn't. Like the edges didn't connect all the way. There was like an archway where vehicles could theoretically get to the inside.
Right, hold on, I'm having difficulty picturing this, so I want to say thank you, Alish, for providing an MS Paint diagram to aid me in this, which will be on screen right now.
I'm not drawing it. It's a square with one bit of it cut out. If you can't visualize that, you might be in my rate static.
I have one important question for you. Paloma or bee's knees?
I'd say start with the Paloma.
Alright, cool.
Going to the bee's knees a little bit later will be
Right.
gentler.
I figured I was going to go gin, tequila, gin. Yeah, just space out with it. Oh, that's so good. I missed the grapefruit.
Unfortunately, I just can't handle tequila. Not in the way that some people can't handle tequila. It just makes me throw up.
Oh, that's rough.
Years and years ago, I had a bad experience with tequila, and the smell of it just sets me off, which is unfortunate because
It does have
there's
a very
lot of really good
distinct
tequila.
smell of it, and it always kind of reminds me of like wood polish.
A little bit.
Oh, hey. So, remember why we knew where the second vault was and why everybody was rushing there?
Yeah.
Remember Jim Atomic? Occasionally on the radio? Yeah, well, Head Skelly here told Jim Atomic to broadcast the location.
No. The world.
Yep. Yeah. Just in case it's been a while and people need a refresher, Alistair supposedly created this powerful mulligan thing for resetting the world or something, and Head Skelly here is after it.
Well, you've just spoiled what the mulligan is. For
Have I?
anybody who isn't aware of what golf is.
Oh,
Nobody knows what the mulligan is,
right.
except for people who have played golf.
I feel like enough people should know what the word mulligan means.
Yeah.
I've never actually played golf, more or
But
less.
you've absorbed the concept of a mulligan through cultural osmosis and possibly Magic the Gathering.
Definitely not Magic the Gathering. I was going to say sim golf.
Sim golf is based off of golf.
Yeah, but I never played real golf.
Well, I was gonna say I've never played real golf, but no, I've actually gone golfing a couple of times.
Yeah, fucking nerd.
Oh, yeah, I'm a nerd because I went golfing a few times.
Yeah, I bet you even wore Argyle socks while you golfed.
No. I have exactly one type of socks at any given point in time. Plus, like 3 pairs of dress socks. I have to wear dress shoes.
I hate those.
I mean, they're comfy. I just
Really? I hate dress socks. Oh, they're so thin, it's terrible.
you live in a place where I would expect wearing thinner socks to be the norm.
I don't know, I'm just so used to my... Oh, God! Oh, okay, hold on. I'm just so used to, like, you know, normal, thick, white cotton socks.
Yeah, I mean, there's just something comforting about it, especially when you live with cold temperatures of the north. It's a little bit of extra. It's like a sweater for your feet. A little bit disappointed that you opened the door,
Yeah.
full out of them both in the head, and it was still shotgunned you.
I don't... No, that was the Roddy Man exploding.
Oh, okay.
See, they explode when you shoot them. Much like those barrels.
The barrels don't explode immediately.
Depends on what your blit is.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm usually not a fan of tequila, but the Paloma and the Cantaros that I made like 18 episodes ago, I actually really like them. But I feel like it's because there's a large amount of grapefruit and lime juice hiding the varnished taste of tequila in them.
That was the funny thing. When I turned 21 and friends took me out to get shit-faced at a bar like you do.
Right. You have shitty friends. I've got it, yeah.
Well, I had good friends because they wanted to take me out and also made sure that, like, I didn't have to drive myself.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't
No,
actually...
yeah. Sorry, yes. Also, you're right. You said at 21, not before.
Yeah. Because, like, ostensibly it's like the first time you can legally go to a bar and get drunk.
But also, come on, guys. Practice moderation. You actually enjoy your drinks. You won't feel like shit the next day.
Yeah. Well, I just remember one of the times my friend Colin was telling me, he's like, oh, we should do a round of shots of tequila. And my friend Sibby, this was a couple hours into the evening, just immediately did the, like, action movie slow-mo dive, like, no!
What, it took
He
a
was-
tequila shot for you?
You know, he was so against the idea. Like, you can't do that to him. And then we did a shot of tequila, and it was fine.
Eh.
But it was also the tequila with lemon and salt, which does a lot. It really does help.
Yeah.
Eventually, I came to appreciate tequila on its own merits, and then I eventually became incredibly averse to it.
Right.
Because I had some really bad tequila. I threw it up immediately because it was that bad. And then ever since afterward, I couldn't stand the smell of tequila.
Hmm. You have sparked a memory in me. When I turned 20, I was forcibly picked up and carried off base to go drinking. My squad mates having heard that I had recently turned 20 and had never drank before. I was in a country where the legal drinking age was 20.
So, I know that's a thing. The thing that bothers me about it, especially when within the armed services, is that as far as U.S. law is concerned, and especially as far as the armed services are concerned, U.S. citizens are subject to U.S. law. Even in places where the local laws may be less restrictive or more permissive.
I cannot remember anybody in my career ever saying anything to the effect of don't drink if you're of legal foreign aid, but not of U.S. domestic.
Well, right. And living so close to the Canadian border, it's pretty common for people when they turn 19 to hop to Canada.
Okay. Tennessee,
but it's just
now
one of
near
those
the
things
Canadian
where... Remember,
Detroit,
it's in Michigan.
Yeah.
Detroit is a half-hour drive to Canada. And most of that drive is just getting through traffic at the border.
Oh, yeah, it's the good old death road to Canada.
Yeah. The whole line, you know, don't stop believing, born and raised in South Detroit. You know what South Detroit is? Windsor. That's in Canada. If you go south from Detroit, you're in Canada.
That doesn't seem physically possible.
And the Detroit River goes in there.
Whoa, what the hell? Oh, I forgot I found this and put this on. Shit. I was taking a drink, I blinked, and I went from first person to staring at a creeper face, apparently. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember being in this game. Ugh.
I mean, I saw a creepy mask and that wasn't what I was expecting. But, you know, good on it.
Yeah. Also, again, I'd like to thank Alwish for MS painting a map of Detroit to understand that South Detroit is Windsor, which will be on screen now.
MS Paint, just fucking go to Google Maps, type in Detroit, Michigan, and you will see that there is Detroit, and on the south and east sides of Detroit, southeast direction, is the Detroit River.
Yeah.
Across the Detroit River is Canada. If you go south from Detroit, you're in Canada. And
What happens if you go south from there?
You get to a little bit more Canada until eventually you hit the U.S. again.
Seems like a weird Mobius strip of U.S. and Canada.
Okay, take your left hand, stick it out in front of your face,
Yeah.
and spread your fingers out, more or less. I mean,
Gotcha.
you don't have to do that.
No, I am.
Sort of like the first joint of your thumb, like where it meets your hand. All right. Imagine pointing at that part, and that is like the Detroit River is running along there.
Wait, I thought it was... Wait, is it Wisconsin or Michigan that's shaped like a hand?
It's Michigan that's shaped like a hand.
Okay, gotcha.
Mitten, really.
Midden, yeah.
Yeah. So if you've got your hand pointed straight out, you know how your thumb is not like pointed straight up unless you specifically do that. Just at rest, it's.
Wait, should this be right hand or left hand?
Left hand.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So there's a spot at the bottom of your thumb where you would be, you know, touching the Detroit River and then crossing the Detroit River, and then the other side of that is Canada, until it isn't Canada anymore.
This has helped less than I think you thought it would.
It's a thing in Michigan when people ask, you know, where you're from or
Yeah.
you just
get the
point
midden
at your
right?
hand.
Yeah. No, I saw Jordan Klepper go to Michigan and do that with locals.
Oh, I gotta show you some of the pure Michigan videos.
Oh boy.
Michigan commissioned videos for tourism.
Oh, boy.
And somebody immediately turned around and started making videos in the same style,
Oh, boy.
but
Oh,
telling the truth.
we got some plot.
Waster, so glad you could make it. Isn't it wonderful? Waster, blasting Waster. Its survival of the fittest kicked into ultramatic hyperdrive. The wheat cutting through the chaff in an endless volley of gunfire. Mankind screaming towards something greater. With countless permutations of the Uberbench facing off in a thunderdome of superhuman progress. Booze is the new world order. And once the SOB scum has been smeared off the face of the earth with the help of the Mulligan, mankind will be free to unleash its true potential. So, where is it, Waster? Where is Alistair's cooler?
You know, he seems... Oh, no, we told him. I forgot what I did here.
How could I have missed such an obvious detail? Alistair did so much enjoy visiting his retreat up in Berkeley. I should have known he would have built his cooler there.
I mean, given this game's name, or penchant for puns, I'm
Yes,
surprised they
I
didn't call it
knew.
Berserkly. Because that's
Some
the
might
thing
say
it was
we're
called in
friends.
local media like
Others
20
would
years
call
ago.
us rivals. How furious he must have been.
Yeah, but it's not
to
really a
learn his
drink-related
Cool Air
pun.
evacuation
True.
colonies would be saving the lives
Neither
of
is
the
Sandy
men who
Crap Show or Vague Ass.
After all, the Cool Air Project was
Yeah.
devised to preserve the greatest minds of our time. And who could deny Sid Johns a place on the pantheon of engineering gods? Yes, the inventor of the Concorde PC and the father of modern computing. Innovatrix Business Solutions was set to change the world, to save it from the technological sinkhole that Alistair and his so-called research labs had played such a big part in creating. To think, Alistair's final contribution to the world of computing was a monochrome text terminal. Pathetic. It's no wonder the Cool Air colonies failed as hard as they did.
Oh, so why did the coolers fail?
Yes, why indeed would an archaic system running on prehistoric tech, devised by a half-wit fossil, fail to perform its duty? Truly, it was Alistair tech at its best. Every single cooler a different defect. To malfunction in such a myriad number of ways, truly a testament to Alistair's technical prowess. Electronic failures, faulty seals, coolant leaks. I bet not even Alistair himself was spared from his own ineptitude. In the case of Cooler CA5, the very one in which we stand, the Cooler mates and I had the pleasure of dealing with a faulty cryogenics system. You see, the moment we detected the enemy's nuclear strikes, the members of the Cool Air program sealed themselves in their respective coolers, expecting a relaxing ice nap until all that nasty radioactive fallout had died down. Not us. When CA5's cryogenic systems failed, what was supposed to be a quiet, decade-long slumber had become years of agonizing isolation and deprivation. And we weren't stupid. We tried rationing. We tried cutting as many corners as our bodies could withstand. But the supplies in the coolers weren't meant to last for months, let alone years. As clean water began running out, we were forced to drink the radioactive sludge that was slowly accumulating in the cooler's sewage pipes. Then, of course, went the food. The weakest of us wasted away from hunger, while the rest of us resorted to other means.
You can just say cannibalism. We get it, man.
But it was the sludge that did it, the booze that changed me, granted me the mutational advantages I needed to overpower the remaining cooler mates. Survival of the fittest. When the day finally came that the cooler doors reopened
That's not what
for the
survival of
first
the
time
fittest
in
means.
years,
No, it isn't.
I stood
It doesn't
there,
mean fittest isn't the buff. It means the
last
ones that
man
fit best
standing,
into the environment.
belly filled with the
The ones that
bones
most
of my
successfully
enemies. The
reproduce.
apex predator of the food chain, I had viciously consumed my way to the top.
Well, to some extent, yes.
I mean, that's the implication of
Because it
fitting
had
into the
something to
environment. If you
prove, Waster.
are able to reproduce
Mulligan
successfully and
was
prolifically,
Alistair's
obviously you're
one shot
most
of
fit.
redemption. His
Yeah,
one
but look at
shot
sea turtles.
showing the
Like,
American
those fuckers
people
reproduce
that was the
prolifically,
relic
but like 98% of them become snacks for
his
seagulls.
accolades, his money, his pride,
And yet there are still
forced
sea
him to
turtles.
claw his way out of the depths of
Not the
his
really tasty
gravity.
ones, though.
It's a
No,
sad
we ate all of them.
Yeah, we ate them. We suck.
Coming back from the Galapagos.
Yeah. Poor tasty turtles.
No, Waster. This is the new world order. This is how we lose the trappings of our human weakness. This is how we become the Ubermensch. This is why we must
Eugenics.
defeat the SOB. This is the reason the new skeleton army must succeed. We must leave behind those too stubborn to adapt to the new norm.
I mean, I guess you could
Must
try to
usher
say
in
he's a
new
parallel of
era
Magneto.
of
You know, he's
humanity.
like,
The Mulligan-
go mutants,
the Mulligan
right?
let
That just
us
really
start
reminds me of the
a new
thing from The
world.
Preacher that gets posted every so often.
The Preacher.
It's a comic book.
Step away from the escape pod, Waster.
Right. He's encountering some white supremacists and he just goes, "Where the fuck is your chin?" Why is it that every example of the superior human is the worst example of humanity?
Right. I don't know the context of that, but I think I've heard that.
It's been hacked to grant administrative privileges to all cooler systems. Activate the Serpent Protocol. It's the only way we'll escape here alive.
So, we've got a choice here. We can escape with Sid Sean's sludge drinker and cannibal, and Ubermensch Eugenics man. Or we can not. How do you feel about it?
Fuck him. Let him die.
You've made the right decision, Waster.
No, Waster. What are you doing?
Been waiting a long time to do that. Don't worry, Waster. I'm not gonna kill you. The SOB needs your help. You're humanity's last hope. We SOB have sought to
Can't help but notice that he's carrying a nuclear bomb on his back.
Yeah. He's definitely carrying a bomb on his back. It's very important.
Forced evolution. Our mission here, the reason the SOB have sojourned from the irradiated south to these far western wastes, was to deploy this, the hangover cure. The hangover cure is a chemical agent.
Good
developed
news.
by our
Not actually a
scientists
nuclear
at the
bomb.
SOB city.
It is a chemical bomb.
It's traveled a long way from home. Many of our best soldiers have died to get it here. With this cure, we could completely reverse the effects of booze and return man to the way God intended. To undo all the horrific mutations that have
Are you
changed
sure?
this
Because it sounds like you're talking about genocide.
It's taken years to create enough of the hangover
I mean,
cure
it sounds like he's
to
talking about like reversing
This
mutations
batch isn't deployed now.
and such.
The SOB will be
It's
set
shaped like a
for
bomb. I'm
decades.
pretty sure he's actually
Must
talking
seize the
about
day.
genocide.
We must deploy the
Nah,
hangover
that's
cure
fine.
before the new skeleton army has a chance to stop us.
It's shaped like a bomb for a very good
Escape
reason.
pods. The hangover cure has to be detonated above the atmosphere so that it can be dispersed by the winds all throughout the wastelands of old America.
See? We're not gonna bomb people. We're gonna explode it in the air.
That altitude was destroyed during the nuclear strikes. The cooler escape pods were our only choice. Because you've seen firsthand what booze can do to a man. You've seen the utter chaos going on in the upper floors. Those crazed wasters locked.
People losing their crosshairs.
You saw how crazed the head Skelly had become with that radioactive gunk clouding his mind, tearing away at his
Actually, I'm pretty sure that was just the racism and eugenicism.
You got there.
I mean, he said he did drink sewage sludge.
I don't think that's an excuse.
Chance waster. This is our only remaining
I mean,
batch.
Graham at least makes a plausible argument. It could sound good. He is going to say one thing that absolutely makes sure I never pick this option,
Trying to
though.
get down here. I don't think I'm gonna last much longer. Do the right thing, waster. Cleanse the wastelands from the sick.
There we have it.
Let's make America great again.
Yeah.
It's so terrible that so many games used that line before Politician did.
Yeah. So, we could load the Hangover Cure into the second escape pod and actually detonate it, but, fuck making America great again. Fuck everybody who says that.
It sort of implies that America isn't already great. And it is. It's terrible in a lot of ways, but the whole greatest country in the world concept, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's great in the sense of Alexander the Great.
We've conquered all of Asia Minor and Major?
Well, no, mostly in the sense of that we have tremendous global reach and control over the rest of the planet.
Right, because we do a good job with that.
Like Galadriel, the Great and Terrible.
Oh, hey, way to tie it back into a previous LP. Yeah. Well, I didn't know she was called the Great and Terrible.
Well, she described that she could become great and terrible if she had taken the ring.
The ring. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Hey, buddy, we did it. I think. Yeah.
It's a real dog. Return to
Oh, come on. We've done it. So, there is really nothing left to do here but enjoy my bee's knees.
Yes, honey. Need to take a chill.
Oh, yeah. But actually, we can go to Cooler CA0, which is in Berkeley. I think we were here before just to show that it was here, and I couldn't get into it. But now I can.
Yep, because you've got the administrator rights now. I do appreciate how Evacuation Colony looks like it was written in, like, Sharpie.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason for that. This was Alistair's personal cooler. This was not meant for the people at General. So, suck it, everybody in Berkeley.
I've never actually been to Berkeley in California, but there is a Berkeley in Michigan.
Berkeley, California, pretty cool place. There's still a theater that gives midnight screenings of The Room.
Why would you contradict yourself?
I don't believe I am, sir. Any place that still screens The Room in midnight theaters and is totally okay with you shouting spoon and throwing spoons at the screen is A-okay with me.
No, that's actually pretty rad.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well, like, oh, I'm going to shit on The Room. You might as well be shitting on the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No. I mean, the Rocky Horror Picture Show screenings thing is... It's not my thing, but I've been a couple of times and it can be fun.
Yeah. Jackass Sid Johns with his Conquered PC and his 8 colors. So, Hey, Alish, why did the coolers fail?
I mean, we were talking about the coolers failing due to antiquated technologies.
Could it instead be sabotage?
Can't stand it.
Oh yeah, if I was less lazy, I'm going to put that in there.
The whole antiquated technology thing.
Yeah.
I got some bad news about the state of the entire world's financial.
Oh yeah, the antiquated
like
technology. Yeah. Do you know how to code in Fortran or Cobalt? Or
COBOL, yeah.
But Alistair made a mistake. Had accidentally uploaded his sabotage to all of the coolers. So he was really just trying to sabotage Cooler CA5 and kill Sid Johns. Because he's a dick. Alistair. I mean, also Sid Johns. Sid Johns is also kind of a dick. And unfortunately, the sabotage update proliferated to all of the other ones. So hey, before the recording, I told you I discovered something new that I had never known before in this cooler.
Administrator.
Yeah.
I'm the Kulaski Kesey personal assistant.
So,
Dangerous
we're about to get
levels of
frozen.
Surface level nuclear radiation have been detected. Beginning the cryogenics process. Please step into the cool air cryogenics.
I always
pod
followed
for best
the speaker's instructions.
Serious bodily injury and
But I was
death
curious.
if proper procedures
What if
are
you
not followed?
don't step into
Please
the
remain
obvious
calm.
cryo fridge in front of you? This does kind of look like the bottom of every other vault, and hey, there's a control panel over there that I think I once tried to make but got frozen. And in fact, there is in fact a Serpent Protocol room in here. Oh god, but I'm getting so cold, and I can barely move. And yep, there's something on the desk. Can I get to it before I become a popsicle? Oh, I received the mulligan. I have found the mulligan. The thing that everybody was after. A portable music player that has more than twice the capacity of an ordinary cassette tape. With this, the West will have another chance at being the champions of the portable music player market. Alistair's last fucking invention, the mulligan, was an answer to the Japanese disc joy.
Amazing.
Yeah. He just wanted to get back into the market.
So the story goes that the waster came, they saw, they had too much to drink, and then disappeared forever, which is totally normal as far as wasters go. Totally forgettable. Who cares? But their house became something of a wasteland legend, a kernel in the turd, a total
Imagine
jewel of
owning
the
land.
West.
Oh,
Like,
wouldn't that be
even
nice?
long after the waster went missing, people kept stumbling upon this safe haven, this fortified mega hut filled with a bunch of totally tubular trash from the old world. So, kinda embarrassing, the wasters had filled the home with a bunch of creepy mannequins. Some of them dressed, others not. Some of them were only wearing shirts, at least that's what I heard. The wasters started hanging clothes on these mannequins, and as they did, they totally had one of those head things. What are they called again? Oh yeah, ideas. What if, like, instead of putting this dangerous sharp metal thing and this old tire on this perfectly fine t-shirt, we just, like, not? Then they started doing even crazier things, like not just putting weird S&M leather straps on everything. Weird, right? But it totally worked. As the years passed on, everything was beginning to look a lot more civilized. What was once armor was now just clothes. And in a surprising moment of mutual clarity, everyone agreed to hide their fanny packs in the deepest corners of their closets forever. The waster had also taken up a bit of farming in their downtime, or at least had, like, covered their backyards in mounds of turds that had accidentally sprung forth life. As years passed, a small farming community grew up around the house, and the once sun-baked wastelands began seeing a bit of green return to its dunes.
We returned farming to the
The
wastes.
house had gone from a small hut to a small community of wasters to a bustling hub of culture and civilization. All the while, the wasters stuck tiny, annoying pictures on the walls to chronicle its evolution. Historians would later look back on these photos and think, how annoying. It was no surprise that the house would become the birthplace of a new nation. After all, it had somehow amassed a near limitless amount of wealth over the years, though a disproportionate amount of its wealth was spent on toner cartridges. As for the bees, after a successful recruitment drive at the Oni, the bees were able to pass their knowledge of the waste to a new generation. As their numbers grew higher, they began reaching further and further out into the wastelands, finally making contact with the house. The wasters of the house welcomed them with open arms, and in return, the bees shared with them their vast knowledge of the western wastes. Master Y continued to rule over Junktown with an iron fist. When word of the house had come to the Oni, Sang Sun immediately reported her findings to Master Y, who sent a small envoy to make a deal with them. In time, the junk dogs began supplying the house with old world tech, while the house provided the junk dogs with protection and a place in this new world. Oh yeah, somebody named Pinky said Mexico's not doing so great. Whatever.
Remember him?
Yep.
Yep.
Anyways, in some stupid way, perhaps it was this waster's decision that had led the Western Waste down this wobbly, drunken path. Hard to believe that from the depths of a grody wooden shack sprang forth the foundations of a new world. One almost exactly like the one before the old New World, with things like laws, order, politics, the nuclear arms race, the Cold War,
Right.
the salt
Uh-oh.
talks. You know, exactly the same as the moment right before the bombs fell the first time. Well, I mean, besides the obsession with cardboard discs and unusually loose pants.
Oh man, I did enjoy my unusually loose pants in
Like,
the 80s.
oh well, who cares? I'm not worried. After all, my name's Vulture Val, and I own the biggest mall in New Oni. Come visit when you have a chance. You won't what is that?
Oh, well, we tried.
That was bleak.
Yeah. So, here's to you, Arthur, Mr. Poduncanly. Good game. Real fun. Apparently you basically made this with almost nobody, but Everdrad, that was a guy that was on the front page that made things on Something Awful at some point. I remember that name, right?
I mean, so was Mr. Pedunkian.
Did he? Did he do things on the front page?
Yeah. I don't know about making stuff on the front page, but he was definitely a goon.
Oh, yeah, that I know. Yeah. Dude, do you know how long it's been since I've looked at the front page?
There's your front page.
Yeah, right?
Ah, yes. Blinky, Stinky, and Clyde.
Yeah. I feel like we're missing one. What is it normally?
Chris the Courier and Buddy the Dog are also
Inky.
Mr.
Oh, there
Pedunkian.
we go. Maybe we shouldn't use the word inky around here. Yeah, I'll give it that. Oh, hey, Slabless Everdrad. Ugh.
Look, when you're doing a small indie game project like this, you do a lot of your own voice acting.
Oh, Mr. Valentin did Master Y himself, which, I don't know, kind of makes sense. So Mr. Y was, apparently a character he used in his previous game, which I did not play or know anything about. I timed this pretty well. I'm just about done with my bee's knees. I hope everybody took the time to make a few drinks during this LP, enjoyed them, learned how to make something nice for themselves, at least a drink, and looks forward to the next project, which will involve a lot less alcohol, by the way. Just getting that one out there. Oh, I've disconnected with Olish. Well, this is great. Oh, Olish is gone and dead. It's okay. It's the credits. I'm just gonna sit here and drink and talk to myself then. Oh, Nuclear Throne cameo. That's graciously allowed by the guys at Lambier. Hey. Way to go, fish. Way to get in here. Hey buddy, welcome back. Did you make it to the credits? Oh hey, remember Buddy Lee. I guess Mr. Pumpkin probably had a dog. Oh, that's it, everybody. I wish all the...
Cryo sleep
Oh.
has now concluded. Welcome to the year 1990.
Oh, hey, it's 1990.
Have a nice day.
Alright, let's do this. I feel like that's a mistake, though. It's definitely not 1990. It is definitely closer to, I don't know, maybe the year 4986? Who knows? We'll see. Everybody, enjoy your drinks, and I'll see you in the next LP.